Welcome to CT with CPD podcast. I am your host, Sharon Diggs. And on this Wellness Wednesday, our educational therapy session is titled Written All Over Your Face. We'll talk about our faces and what our faces not only tell us about our personality, but what does our face tell us about our health? Does anybody remember the song Written All Over Your Face by a group called Rude Boys? And the song went a little something like this. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Y'all remember that song? Y'all remember that song. And much like the song, you are a picture of health. It is a common compliment that we often receive about our outward appearance and reflects our inner health through glowing skin, hair, eyes, etc. Our skin actually is our biggest and most visible organ on our bodies. We look in the mirror every day, and what do we see? What is our face trying to tell us? The beauty of the human face, what its potential to reveal and or conceal. It discloses essential features of our human race, its ability to inspire love and to motivate, even acts to utter deception marks, is a subject of unending interest or complexity. Beauty may be in the eye of the beholder, but your face is what makes you, you. This is actually an incredible landscape. Our skin, our muscles, our expressions, our unique combinations of features that is unlike any other person because we are all uniquely made and all different. It reveals a lot about ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, our intentions. While we don't often give our face much thought, it is one of the most complex structures of the human anatomy. Our faces actually contains 14 bones, 40 muscles, 32 teeth. Without each, you cannot eat, speak, communicate, express feelings, or kiss. Now, y'all know it would not be a CT with CPD podcast if I did not share some did you know facts. So let's take a moment to learn to put your best face forward. I'm going to share some Face the Facts by Skin and Science Anatomy. Did you know it takes 11 muscles to frown? It takes 12 facial muscles for a genuine smile. The skin around your eyes is the thinnest on your face. Sincere expressions are more symmetrical than insincere ones. We are capable of making 10,000 unique facial expressions. Your skin on your face has 3 distinct layers: the epidermis, the dermis, and the subcutaneous. True happiness is revealed in our eyes. True sadness is revealed in the muscles in our chin. I didn't know that. I was like, okay. There are 20 mimic facial muscles attached to your skin to create our facial expressions. We can consciously manipulate our mouth muscles to smile and pretend we are happy. Our face comprises of 14 bones. The only bone section that can be moved in a mandible is the jawbone. Aging causes us to lose bone mass, including the bones in our face, meaning our face does not shrink as we age. We regularly flash micro expressions, and these typically last less than 1/25 of a second. That is why our facial emotions flash so quickly. It is also impossible to fake muscle movements off the top of our areas of our eyes. Proving genuine smile does not light up your eyes. So for me, a lot of the times, if I'm in a meeting or I'm on a call, I may not be saying anything, but my face is telling it all. So the masseter is the muscle we use to chew. This is actually the strongest muscle in the human body, and it is capable of pulling up to 80 times its weight. Just like the rest of our body, you exercise your facial muscles, it will tone and firm them, giving them a lift, adding value to reduce sagging. So do some muscle exercises. Our lips are red due to the number of tiny capillaries just below our skin surface. Blood is in the capillaries, contains the oxygen, and creating the lips to be red. Our ears and nose are made from bendy, flexible tissues called cartilage. Our nose lengthens and drops downwards as we age, and our ears never stop growing. Who knew? Who knew? There are 6 universal facial expressions: happy, sad, angry, disgusted, surprised, afraid. There's even an expression referred to, and excuse my French, and most of us have probably seen it. It's called the resting bitch face. Those cheeky dimples are inherited as family trait caused by shortened muscle. When a person smiles, muscles pull across the skin, revealing the dimple. So whenever you see dimples in the cheeks, that is because there is a shortened muscle there that is actually hereditary, and it's a family trait. We have 19 types of smiles that fall into 2 categories: polite social smiles, which engage fewer muscles, and sincere felt smiles, which use more muscles on both sides of the face. And finally, did you know that your face uses 50% more muscles to frown than a smile? So that means it's a great reason to save energy and smile more. Also, I just wanted to add this last little tip that wasn't a part of the face of the facts by Skin and Science, but I also thought this was a good leads us into the next topic that I'll talk about, how our health relates, how our face actually can tell us a lot about our health. And so I want you to also know that face recognition apps help with your health status in just one face scan away. By simply looking at our face on a camera on our phones, this can measure our heart rate, our blood pressure, our stress levels, and more. So that's one of the things that face recognition can do, face recognition technology can do. I know a lot of us think of it as from a crime perspective, or they're spying on us, all the conspiracies that come with that. But in actuality, it has some benefits to help us with our health. So something to think about. Our face is the most important part of our body. It expresses a full range of emotions, reveals parts of our history, and even communicates unspoken language. Our face is almost as exposed to the environment as one of the first places to show signs of aging. Changes in our faces could mean it's time to take a closer look at what may be happening beneath our skin. While many facial skin issues are normal and could simply mean that you just need to alter your health routine, your skin condition can also be a sign of underlying medical conditions, which leads us into discussing what does our face say about our health. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about what's called facial diagnosis. And facial diagnosis is, and also known as facial mapping, is an investigative consultation that modern clinical sense of a word that actually it's been a Chinese practice over 3,000 years. And it's a way to show how our genetic predispositions, and upbringing, lifestyle choices, stress levels, nutrition have made us who we are today. And what facial diagnosis and facial mapping does, it's a tool that is used by health practitioners of all kinds to help narrow down diagnoses due to a quick analysis of the patient's state of each organ and the general health before actually even treating and asking a patient or a client what may be wrong. So when you go to your physicians and they check your nose with the little eyes, they say, let me look at your eyes, let me look at your nose, let me look at your throat. They're actually looking at to see the organs of your body. And so what I'm going to share with you is that the organ areas that our face corresponds to the larger part of the system of our bodies. And this is how it maps. So think of your face as a map, and each part of your face actually correlates to a particular organ in our bodies. So when we look at our temples and our eyebrows, it reflects what's going on with our liver. The liver is the body's natural detoxifier. Therefore, the toxins from unhealthy foods, negative emotions, or lack of sleep can affect the areas of our face. And so what symptoms may show up is acne between the eyebrows and or temples, may indicate troubles with your liver. What treatment can you do? You can get some sleep, like going to bed before 11 p.m. They typically say scientifically that this is the ultimate time for detoxification, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day, and to avoid smoking and alcohol. Also, reduce caffeine intake, exercise regularly by doing more cardio exercises to take care of both your physical and your mental health. So our forehead represents our digestive system, including both the bladder and the small intestines. Symptoms could be frequently you suffer from acne on your forehead, also a sign of constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS, urinary tract infections are some symptoms that can show up that you're having some digestive issues. What are some treatments? To help with this is definitely eating a healthier diet, avoid spicy and oily foods, increasing your water intake to flush out the toxins. Water, water, water. So what does our nose say about us? I know our nose actually represents our heart and our gut. So what are some symptoms? Acne around the nose, may be tied to gut-related problems, inflammation of the small intestine, but also a red nose may indicate heart-related issues like high blood pressure, inflammation. What are some treatment? Have an anti-inflammatory diet, meaning eating lots of fruits and vegetables and skinless poultry and fish. You should also consume a low-fat dairy products, non-tropical vegetable oils, nuts, and whole grains, and rest and rehydrate. What will our cheeks say about us? It indicates a state of your spleen, lung, stomach, and respiratory system. What are some symptoms that can show up on our cheeks? Is redness of the cheeks can be a symptom of stomach inflammation, while breakouts could indicate allergy and sinus issues. But this can also be due to pollution and smoking. What does our mouth and chin say about our face? It represents the endocrine system, and the symptoms can usually be hormones. So ladies, when our hormones are raging, so we will typically get pimples that may start popping around our chin and our mouth. This just lets us know that our hormones are out of control. And what are some treatments? We need to rest more, avoid cold food like ice cream, cold drinks, and spicy food. So each area of our face represents a different organ system. So I strongly encourage you to Google facial diagnosis or facial mapping to learn more about the parts of your face that represents each of the organs in your body. So once we start to remember certain organ areas on our face, you'll begin to get a general idea of what's going on internally with you just by looking in the mirror. Although our faces say a lot about our personalities, understanding our facial features can help reveal what conditions we may be having to take preventive steps to maintain our overall health. I gotta say to you all, this was quite a learning experience for me as I started doing some research on this and learning about what the face says about our health. I just find it so interesting. We promote so much on beauty products and, having our faces to be beautiful. We're worried about wrinkles and all those different acne, which actually could be some other, not even understanding that it could be some underlying health conditions when we're having acne. Just imagine if we just continue to educate ourselves and others of how just looking at our face every day could save our lives. It's huge. And I just was blown because I didn't know a lot of this stuff. So it was definitely a good educational therapy session for me today. And I hope that it was for you. And I thank you for tuning in to this week's educational therapy session, Written All Over Your Face. Remember to smile, as smiling is contagious, and your face is your lifeline to all of your body organs. Until our next educational therapy session, remember to exercise your power of choice because it's yours all day, every day. Have an amazing day today on purpose. Take care and be blessed.